Hi, and welcome to this episode of The Insurance Specialist. It's my pleasure to have on the line Andy Waite. Andy's a long-term care specialist, and I'm really excited to have him on the show. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, happy to be here, Mark.
So, not everybody kind of sets out to have their career in long-term care insurance. So, kind of how did your career begin? What's your background?
And my background is I had a typical start where I worked at a big life insurance brokerage company. And coming out of 2009, I was so desperate to get a job, I didn't even realize had to sell life insurance for a living. So after working through all my friends and family and finding out none of them wanted to buy, I actually had to do the effort, do the work, and thankfully had some success early on.
Yeah. And now you've been in this for over 10 years now, right?
Correct.
So you've probably seen a lot of stories, but what kind of motivated you to be in long-term care insurance specifically?
When I was about 3.5 years into my career, I had one of those life experiences where I got the call, and it was about my grandparents. They had been trapped in their room for 3 days. And so if you can imagine, getting that call and first off being frantic that nobody even knew about it. At the time I was living far away from them, to then that the family couldn't reach an agreement on what to do. They didn't have a plan in place. Nobody had any agreement, and nobody knew how to take care of grandma and grandpa. So literally they were trapped for 3 days. And I was like, I got to do something about this because there is a demographic explosion happening and they're not going to be the only people that are going to experience this.
Yeah.
So how can I help as many people as possible?
And I think that's the key, right? We're trying to help people out there form a plan first and foremost. Insurance is right for some of them, but getting the plan in place. The other thing I love about you, Andy, is that I'm an actuary, and so I'm very analytical. And I've noticed that you're also very analytical. And so it's also about getting the best value for people out there. Do you have any perspective in kind of how you are able to find the value for people that are looking for long-term care insurance?
Yeah. So one of the key figures that we always work with people to see is, to walk through how long is my money going to last? And so, being that analytical nerd, which I try to kill in client meetings, we try to figure out how long is that money going to last? Because if you think about that circumstance of having $1 million in your retirement account, that seems like a huge amount of money to cover long-term care. But when we break it down and look at what taxes cost versus with including the cost of care, the money doesn't last long at all. And a lot of people really forget about that.
Right. Well, I really appreciate you. I'm so glad to have you on the team here, and you're going to be helping a lot of families out there. So thanks for joining us today, and I hope to have you on future episodes.
Yeah, happy to be here. Thanks, Mark.